Alright, let's see. Oh, me name is Dick Darby, I'm a copper. I served me time at Old Camp. Some call me an old agitator, and now I'm resolved to repent. With an inkling of an inkling of an I go. With an inkling of an inkling I day. With me robo Randy, and me love's don't keep fading away. And me love's don't keep fading away. And me love's don't keep fading away.
Okay, so well, Newfoundland, of course, is the furthest easterly point in Canada, and Bonavista is at the tip of the Bonavista Peninsula, which is on the east coast, the furthest easterly peninsula on the island. So Bonavista is actually the most easterly community on the island of Newfoundland, and thus the most easterly community in Canada. But there is a song, "This Land is Your Land, This Land is My Land." In the Canadian version, it's from Bonavista to Vancouver Island. So it's the furthest east and the furthest west.
Well, John Cabot he sailed from Bristol, England, 1497 to look for the same thing that Christopher Columbus was looking for. It was spices and he thought that was really wealthy stuff, so he was looking for it. Instead, he found cod. They put a basket overboard, and when they pulled it ashore, it was filled with fish. So he decided this is even more important than what spices is, because fish people can eat. So he went back to Bristol, England with a load of fish to let them know what he got here. And so they issued another ship for John Cabot, and he's on his second voyage over. They presume he was lost at sea. In 1992, we had a cod fishery closure, and a lot of our younger people moved to mainland Canada to find employment. And our population went down from 5,000 people down to about 3,000 people.
I was born and raised here in Bonavista, and currently operate a family business that's been here for 125 years. We carry a bit of everything. We try and be all things to all people since we're at the end of the line. We were big into the fish business years ago, fish exporters. Fish business went by the wayside in the 70s, but the general store, building supplies, hardware, groceries, etc., continues. My grandfather started fishing with his father, as most people did around here back then, and he used to get violently seasick. So he asked his father to put him ashore on the Cape, and he looked for something to do and thought about starting a little business, and he bartered goods for years and gradually built the business up. This is a picture of the building you're in now, taken around 1920. It shows local fishermen with their salt fish waiting to be sold. We used to collect fish from local fishermen as well as around the island and ship it off to world markets in Spain, Portugal, Italy, West Indies, Brazil. And here's a bunch of workers back in the teens and 20s. My grandfather's in the back row, second from the right. They were a hardy bunch of workers. I think a professor from the university once remarked that he thought picture would be out in the Midwest somewhere, not Newfoundland, because of the hats and the horses. But no, it was taken right outside this building here.
And like I said, this is the Fisherman's Memorial. We put that there a few years ago to remember those who lost their life at sea here in our area, and let their families know that we're certainly thinking about them. We lost a father and son and another young guy, 27 years old, just a few years ago. It's sad to see somebody lose their lives like that, right? What it is, they go out to the fishery, and if they're given for weather, some people, and as soon as they know there's weather, because they're notified, they got their radios and everything on their boats, and they head in, and some decide, well, I'm going to pull one more pot. Well, that one more pot sometimes takes their life, right? Because then the sea comes up and they can't get in.
All right, gonna get you started with a good old Irish tune here. It's fare thee well to you, my own true love. There were many fare thee bells. I am bound for California, a place that I know right well. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, my darling, when I think of thee. But my darling, when I think of thee. But my darling, when I think of thee. Thank you.
Like this says, in the old days, my grandmother used to say, a nagging housewife. Well, I'm a nagging politician. I'll nag government till something happens, and I believe in doing that. I don't go away. I think you have to persist in order to get what you want for your people. I'm really, proud of where I live and where I serve as mayor. I'm going to be retiring in September. Not that I want to, it's just that I have to. I have to have some time to myself. And I have to do things that I need to do because I'm not getting any younger. And it's like I told my children and my other family members, if I want to go on a holiday, I think I should do it soon. Because I haven't had a holiday since I became mayor. And I've been here for 28 years with council, and 20 of those years I served as mayor. Since 1997, we've seen our town grow by leaps and bounds, which is very good for the town and the people that live here, certainly. And our local businesses, that's the long-time business, they're also extending and growing. And that to me is a surprise in itself, because those businesses didn't go away, they stayed.
My name is John Norman. I am Chief Operations Officer and co-owner of Bonavista Living, Bonavista Creative, Bonavista Creative Workshop. We restore and redevelop, repurpose mostly vacant heritage homes in the community. We also buy some that were not vacant and revert them back to their original heritage appearance, at least on the outside. We then resell them. We run them as vacation homes, accommodations. We have affordable housing units, so all sorts of things.
Oh, that house there is a good example of what that red one there used to look like. So that's now the Boreal Diner. And they just got back from Costa Rica. They were gone for a couple of weeks, so they're reopening now on Friday. And again, see, that's before restoration, and that's after restored. So there's quite a bit of restoration happening along Main Street. And they exported tinware all across Newfoundland. They had 33 different locations around the province. Well, the country of Newfoundland at the time. All the windows had been removed in the probably late 70s or early 80s. And through archival photos, we were able to recreate the original windows and have these constructed in the workshop.
So, very positive. There's a lot of people employed full time. It's bringing a lot of new people to the district, tourists and permanent residents. And we got a few people like John who can see the future and got a vision for Bonavista. And you know, if we can get somebody like that in charge of the town, like as mayor, maybe it will be good for the town for sure.
Bonavista always to me had so much potential, and a lot of that potential just it was just dormant, just sitting there. When I run for mayor now in less than 8 months, I'll definitely be going, I think, door to door. We've moved really quite fast as a rural community, so now we need to keep up. The town hall actually needs to keep up pace with where the community is going. I mean, we have come a long way in 20 years, but that's not simply because of the council or town hall. Those things are led by the Bonavista Historic Townscape Foundation, the Historical Society, other not-for-profit groups, and the Chamber of Commerce, and offering services maybe indirectly. Just by supporting these groups, they can offer more recreation, more arts and culture, and these types of things. So I think it's working well, but I think there's always room for improvement, and there's always room for a new perspective.
I've seen so much happening that I get very emotional when I think about it. To see the change over the years, it's been just fantastic. The change has made me proud to be involved with it, and to have a team. If I couldn't get something done, I call on a friend that was on a committee with me and say, look, I can't get time to do this, and I know it got to be done. Can I have a helping hand? They come, they help. And I'm very proud of what I've seen happen in my community. It seems like people in the community and all areas come together. They work together on different projects. They become a team as such. And that is, to me, is the way we should be working as a team. Because without working together, we'll get nothing done.
The temperature's warmed up a little bit. The beer tastes great. Doesn't it, Roy? How's your beer, Roy? Is it good? Oh, God love you. There's no wonder you're my favorite person in this bar, Roy. Second favorite person in this bar. Sharon got to be my favorite. Don't want her poisoning me or anything, you know what I'm saying? So the temperature's been going up and down, makes it a little difficult on the instruments. Could be doing a little bit of this tuning tonight. But it's a good thing. We've had some minus 30, that hasn't been fun. That wasn't fun at all. Now we're up to about 0.